Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel, Savannah and Music. I'm glad you decided to join me today. We're going to continue our series on transforming invitations. I believe this is episode 3. So if you want to see the other episodes, they're 1 and 2. I think there may be an introductory episode, but I'll link those down below or in a card, either whichever side it depends on. But today we're going to kind of dive into actually learning how to transform these songs. The episodes before this have been more kind of introductory, things you may need, hymn books that I like to use, just advice, I guess, but this is where we really get into playing. So for this week, we're going to just take our normal invitational hymns. So examples: Softly and Tenderly, Have Thine Own Way, Lord, Just As I Am, things like that you normally would expect for an invitation. If you play those every service, that gets old. So that was kind of my goal in starting to branch out to all of these different hymns is, those songs, you can play them, they fit almost every service. Just As I Am, it's an invitation, so that fits almost every service. But it gets a little boring after a while playing the same hymns for invitation. So we're going to learn how to take other hymns, slow ones today, that can be used for an invitation. And when I think about this, I think of something like, "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus," or, things of that nature. But we're also going to talk about some normal invitational hymns as well. So if you want to learn how to do this, keep watching. So, beginning with our traditional hymns, I'm going to use Have Thine Own Way, Lord, for my example here. There are a few little tips and tricks that I have that you can use to kind of spice these up a little bit. I want you to remember the key thing is here, you don't want to do too much because you can be a distraction. I talked a lot about that in the introduction. This is a time, an invitation is the time where people are thinking, they're praying, they need to be able to concentrate. If you're up there banging away, then it's going to, distract them. You can be a stumbling block, which I know you definitely don't want to do. So anyway, we're going to take Have Thine Own Way, Lord, and I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks on how to play this in a more, I guess you could say, meditative way. That way it's easier for them to think. Also, really linking to the message is a huge thing. So I guess with that being said, I'll just start with that. Be sure you're picking a song that fits the message, because that's when it's really going to hit home to those people listening, and it may, it can help them retain their memory and really just solidify what the preacher just said. That's my goal, and that should be yours too. First, I'm just going to play it normal, and I'm going to play it in the key of C because that's the key that I sing it in. Because most of the time during the invitations I get to sing a verse or two. So this is how just normally you might play it, maybe just straight out of the hymn book, but it's like this. So forth and so forth. So that's fine. If you play like that, that's fine. But let's try to move away from that a little bit and get it a little bit more creative. So something that I struggled with for a really long time that I really encourage you to break away from is feeling awkward in the silence. So a lot of times, every time an invitation, less is going to be more. You need to remember that. That's something that is extremely important to get in your head. You need to embrace the silence. And what I mean by that is kind of longer chords, maybe longer note values. So, for instance, I may do this. See how you kind of hold it out a little longer? So if you're singing, it'd sound like this. Have thine own way. how you kind of have those silences. A lot of times for singers, or piano players in general, that can be a little intimidating because you feel like you need something in the background to kind of cover up your voice, or vice versa with the piano. Keep it simple and embrace the silence. It's a whole lot more meaningful, and you can put a whole lot more heart into it if you're not so worried about filling every space with something cool. Another thing that I want to talk to you about is chord substitutions. And what that means is exactly what it sounds like. So you'll take whatever chord you're supposed to be playing and maybe play something different. So say you're supposed to be playing a 4, maybe you do a minor instead. Something like that. So for this example, I'm going to use Sweet Hour of Prayer. This is a really, really good one. So I'm going to play it normal, and then I'm going to give you an idea of some chord substitutions that you can use. And this is an outline. I want you to take this and build on it yourself. I can't tell you exactly what to do, but I want you to be creative, because you and yourself, you can make up your own mind what you want to do. And you know, as you're in the groove, I would say, as you're in the middle of a song playing, you may want to do something different, and that's fine. You be you. But here's just an example. This is Sweet Hour of Prayer played normally. Right there. That's like the verse part, I guess you could say. And we'll stop right there, and I'm going to show you what you can do to spice this up. One really, I do this all the time, is when you go to a 4 chord. So if you're in the key of C major, C is your 1, count up to 4, so C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4. So there's your 4 chord. If you don't know music theory, there's a tiny nugget of it. When you go to the 4 chord, make it a minor. So when usually you'd play F, A, C, play F, A flat, C. I do that a lot, and that is huge. I do that all the time. So let's add that in and see what it sounds like. So it's... See, it just adds so much more to it. Then you just go back to 1. Another thing I can think of is when you're walking up, so it goes sweet. You hear that walk up? It goes C, D, E. Instead of just doing that, kind of make it a minor sound. So maybe you can do E minor instead of just the C major inversion. So you go. Then you go to your F, and then F minor. Instead of staying on C here, you can walk down to your 6 minor, which if you count up from C, that's A minor. So, and then go to D minor. There's your F minor again. Minors are a really, really good way to spice things up. Something else that I have for you, I'm going to play the last section, I guess it's probably 2 lines, the last 2 lines, normally, and then I'm going to show you something else you can do. So, we'll stop right there. So this one you can get super, super spicy with. Let's just listen to it. So what I did right there, instead of going to your 5 right off the bat after 1, go to, I guess you can call it a flat 7. So if you count up from C, 7 is your B. Just make it flat. So you'll be playing a B flat chord there. And then go down to your G7. thing that I thought about. Okay, also when you go to that part, you don't even have to stay on the C there. So, see how I start in C? You don't even have to start like that. Here's a way that I love to play it. And I go to the 4, actually. And I do some little nicks and tricks here and there, but it sounds like this. And then go to your minor. Then you go to your B flat. And then you continue throughout the rest of the song. And don't forget, you have that. So those are just some little tricks here and there you can do. Chord substitutions will be your best friend when it comes to playing invitations. Just add minors where you can and just be amazed at how it's going to change the sound of your piece, your song, whatever you choose. So this is just an example. There's so many things that you can do. Just remember also, in invitations I usually slow way down. So even if the invitation song like Sweet Hour of Prayer is kind of slow, I slow it way down. You don't need much, just chords. I mean, you need to let the people have their space to think. But you also can enter them into the throne room as well. With that being said, that's going to end this lesson today. The next lesson we're going to talk about fast songs, which is going to be really fun because you can take extremely fast, peppy camp meeting songs and you can turn them into what we just talked about. So that's going to be really exciting. Uses the same tricks, but we'll talk about it. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll be glad to answer them. Hopefully sometime I'll be able to put these ideas onto paper and be able to get that out to you so you can see exactly what I'm doing. But until then, you can just pause this video, rewind, whatever it takes in order for you to see this. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Let me know what other series you'd like to see. I believe there's going to be only 5 episodes in this series, so we're almost done. The last episode is going to be very valuable to you vocalists in an invitation period. But anyway, so I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!